Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Fragrance Friday and we're gonna go coconuts. Alright, so today is Fragrance Friday and yes, we're gonna talk about a lot of the fragrances that I have in my collection that have predominantly coconut. Now there's like one or two that don't have like predominant notes of coconut, but generally speaking, these are coconut-based fragrances, or the scent that I smell and pull from all the other different concoctions that are in all of these different fragrances. If you can't tell by how many I have to share with you guys, I love coconut. Almost as much as I love vanilla. So I guess in the summertime, coconut's my thing. Still love vanilla in the summertime. Whereas the wintertime is like vanilla heavy everything. So here we go. I'm not going to tell you guys what's on my lips or my nails. However, I am going to put everything in the description box below. So definitely check that out. All right, you guys, I have quite a few fragrances, as you can probably tell by how long this video is, of fragrances that either like dominantly coconut or definitely have coconut in it. We're going to go through a breakdown. And of course, I'm going to use Fragrantica. We're going to discuss the main accords that they share. I'm going to talk to you guys about how I feel about them. I mean, I love coconut, so it's not going to be too hard to know that I love every single one here. And we're also going to do a breakdown of the top, mid, and base notes from each of these fragrances as well. So let's get cracking. So the very first item we're going to talk about is Dolce & Gabbana's The Only One Intense. And I've had this in my collection for quite some time. I love this one. It is very floral, but I enjoy this one in the evenings in the summertime because I think that floral is perfect. It's a beautiful balance between floral and fruity, like coconut, summery smelling. So let's check out the main accords that Fragrantica gives this one. So Fragrantica says that it's a white floral, vanilla, coconut, woody, citrus, sweet, and fresh fragrance. Yeah, I would say most of that. I wouldn't necessarily say it was fresh, other than if you wanted to say it was floral, but we already have floral in there. But where the coconut for me lies in this is in the middle somewhere. The initial first blast definitely gives me floral, but I definitely get that hint of coconut, that little bit of coconut kiss, if you will. So the top, mid, and base notes for this one here, Dolce & Gabbana is The Only One Intense. Top notes are neroli, green apple, Italian mandarin. Mid notes are jasmine, coconut, orange blossom. Base notes are vanilla, cashmere, woods, and cedar. So those woody notes kind of just rein it all in at the end. But like I said before, I get the floral right off the hop, and then I get a little coconut. Definitely reminds me a bit of Maui because of the floral and then the coconut. I absolutely adore this one. You guys know that. I know it was super popular a couple years ago. Definitely scored if you can get it on a good price, for sure. All right, the next one is definitely spoken about so very much. I've talked about this fragrance as well in my collection many times for many different reasons. It is a fragrance I like to wear to bed. If you haven't guessed already, it is Ariana Grande's Cloud. This has beautiful coconut. There's a nice sweetness in this fragrance. Fragrantica's main accords they note as sweet, lactonic, vanilla, and coconut. And I would get 100% all of those items that they put in this list on the main accords, I 100% get. Now, as I mentioned, I will put a video link above of a video I did of all the fragrances I like to wear to bed. This is definitely one of them. So this one here on the top, mid, and base notes. Top notes are lavender, pear, and bergamot. Mid notes are whipped cream, praline, coconut, and vanilla orchid, with base notes of musk and woody notes. Don't really get the musk, don't get really the woody notes. All I get is the sweetness, the lactonics, the lavender. It's like a lavender latte minus the coffee with coconut flavoring in it. It is so delicious, and it's obviously a dupe. Lots of people dupe this one and they consider it very, very similar, if not exact, as Baccarat Rouge 540, which is super popular but very expensive. This one you can pick up at your local drugstore, Walmart. Pricier for an actual celebrity's perfume, but that's because it's probably done very, very well in such a short period of time. All right, next one is a very romantic coconut fragrance, where it's definitely in there. It may not be the dominant note, but there is definitely coconut, and that is Le Vie Belle Soleil Cristal. And this is a beautiful bottle. It's kind of got that like oil, water kind of look to it. I love it. Of course, it's got the little necktie, if you will. So I've really enjoyed this one. I did get it last summer. There's not much of a dent in it, so I really want to do a little bit more of a dent when I arrive back in BC. So I've got a big road trip coming up. I'm not going to take this on the road trip, however, but I do want to try wearing more of this when I do get to the other side. So let's look up the main accords that Fragrantica uses for this one. Fragrantica names the main accords as vanilla coconut, sweet, citrus, white floral, powdery, yellow floral, woody, and iris, with a little tiny bit of lactonic in the base. This smells like a sophisticated summer. Beautiful summer fragrance. Like if you want to go out for a really nice lunch, roll into dinner, This is just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And coconut is more on the top half, I'd say. It probably settles down on my skin a little bit more floral than coconut. So the top, base, and mid notes are, top notes are mandarin orange, pink pepper, bergamot. Middle notes are ylang ylang, iris, orange blossom, and jasmine. Base notes are coconut, vanilla, and patchouli. And again, like I say, on my skin, I don't get the coconut sticking around, although it does say it's at the base note. I definitely get the vanilla, 100%. I do like that about the Olivier Bell line, but I really do enjoy this. I love its longevity. It does last quite a while. I do feel like on my skin, which normally I eat fragrance up for dinner, lunch, breakfast, I run a warm temperature, but I feel like with anything Lancome, I do tend to get a little bit more longevity. So for this one, which is saying something, I'd say I get about 6 hours wear on this one. So really do enjoy this one. And it's just a beautiful kiss of coconut. All right, up next is a gift I received from my friend Kara, and she does not like coconut. And I've never heard of it before, but I am a fan of Lovely. And if you know who makes that, you'll understand that this is from Sarah Jessica Parker. This is SJP NYC Crush. Now, interesting case, it comes with its own little purse, like hello, it's Carrie. And then the bottle is very, very plain. It's a buttery coconut. I love this one. This does not last on my skin terribly long, but I love the buttery coconut because I don't get that combo very often. So the main accords are coconut, vanilla, sweet, lactonic, tropical, white floral, and nutty. And maybe that's where I'm getting the creamy butterness. Like there might be like a nutty, like a nut butter type smell. And I love it. I can't put my nose on the actual nut. It's not like a peanut. Maybe it's a macadamia nut. I don't know. Very tropical in that sense. I do really enjoy this. This does not last very long on my skin, however. In fact, I did wear this yesterday around the house, so I really did enjoy it. So let's go check out the top, mid, and base notes. And there are none. So Fragrantica just has 3 notes listed here. They have coconut, vanilla, and white flowers. And I'm gonna say I'm happily surprised that the floral isn't the thing that jumps out at you first. So I definitely get the vanilla and the coconut. There's definitely a butteriness to it. I just really, really enjoy this one very, very much. Highly, highly recommend. Next up, if you like beachy fragrances, this is definitely on your list. I'm also going to put the video I did on beachy fragrances, of which this was part of. This is by Maison Margiela in Beach Walk. So I just have a small 30 ml here, and I love this one. It doesn't last long on my body. This particular fragrance doesn't last a super long time, but it's so good. The whole idea of Maison Margiela is that they like to take a memory, like of something that happened, and try to get you to remember a place where you were on a beach somewhere or whatever. This is a perfect balance of like sunscreen, like good sunscreen, and coconut and just beachy vibes. So let's go look at the main accords on this one. Main accords read sweet coconut, yellow floral, powdery, musky, vanilla, woody, citrus, lactonic, and tropical. I'd actually hike the tropical up, right up near the top myself personally. Really enjoy this one, but again, I wish I had better longevity for this one. The top, mid, and base notes are, top notes are bergamot, lemon, pepper. Mid notes are coconut, milk, ylang ylang, heliotrope. Base notes are musk, benzoin, and cedar. So yes, it's absolutely amazing. I really enjoy this one. Actually, my friend was asking me what it smelled like. I brought it so she can try it, and I think she actually ended up buying it. So it's definitely great. The only thing I'll say about this particular brand is I wish we had lids. Not really travel friendly, so just have that in mind. So next up is a fragrance I cannot find on Fragrantica. In fact, it is by a Canadian makeup artist. She does produce some fragrances each year. She makes great fragrances, but this particular one I picked up a couple of years ago at Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada. I think there's coconut in it, so I'm just gonna put it out there. This is Havana Vent de Sud by Lise Wattier. And Lise Wattier is, like I say, a makeup artist here in Canada, but she also has her own fragrances. This is so good. It's again a sunscreen type scent. And I know there must be coconut in here somehow, some way. So I'm gonna add it to this list. Unfortunately, I can't find it anywhere. I don't see it at Shoppers Drug Mart anymore. I think it may have been like an exclusive for a certain summer. Yeah, it was a good price. And yeah, I really enjoy this one. And as you can see, I made a bit of a dent there, probably last summer. So yeah, really enjoy this one, but I'm sorry, I don't know if it's really available, but I wanted to share with you guys. This one's definitely coconutty, even though I can't tell you if there's any coconut in it. All right, up next is a very, very affordable fragrance that I did find for under $20 in Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada. And I know you guys can find it anywhere in the US as well. This is none other than Pink Sugar's Creamy Sunshine. And this is beautiful. It's sweet like pink sugar, but there's a creaminess to it. And there's coconut, guys. So the main accords that Fragrantica gives us are sweet coconut, vanilla, white floral, tropical, caramel, citrus, and lactonic. It's the caramel that I feel like it comes in from the pink sugar portion, but there's definitely the vanilla, the coconut. It's just absolutely dreamy. Like, I love this one. It's super, super sugary sweet. So if you don't like that, I wouldn't get this. But for a $20 fragrance or $19.99 fragrance in Canada, this was a great steal to pick this up. So let's go read the top, mid, and base notes. Top notes are coconut milk, green mandarin, orange, bergamot. Mid notes are sugar, ylang ylang, tiare flower, gardenia, and mimosa. Base notes are vanilla, caramel, manoi oil, sandalwood, and moss. I don't get sandalwood and I don't get moss. Actually, I don't get a lot of the base notes here, but you guys, this does last a while, and it's super sweet, and it's got coconut, and it's lots of vanilla and caramel. Oh my gosh, it's like yes, yes, and a good price point. Always nice to have a good price point. All right, up next is one of my absolute favorite coconut fragrances. Now, this does not lean super sweet at all. In fact, it's actually a really nice, bright, fresh, young coconut, a little aquatic as well, and I really do enjoy this for its uniqueness. So that is none other than Guerlain's Coconut Fizz. I just have the small bottle. I know it's discontinued. I've talked about that before. I want to find more bottles. I want to get a big bottle so I can feel like I can use this one whenever I want. The downside on this one doesn't last very long. The upside is the smell is contagiously amazing. It puts a smile on my face. It's one of those fragrances when you spray it, you're just like, oh, like, yeah, like it's just so nice. And it's nothing like the last one we spoke about. It's not sweet at all. Very, very like beachy, airy, aromatic, that kind of thing with the young coconut. It's so good. So let's talk about the main accords on this one. The main accords are coconut, sweet, vanilla, floral, lactonic, fruity, citrus, tropical, aquatic, and woody. Yeah, I would definitely get all of those, but the woody part. Did I say that? I did. Okay. We all heard that. Anyway, I do really, really love this one for its uniqueness in the coconut perfume world, because it is very different from everything I'm going to share with you and have already shared with you so far. So let's go check out the top, mid, and base notes. Top notes read coconut nectar, bergamot. Mid notes are water, fruit, and freesia. And base notes are sandalwood and tonka bean. And I really do love it all. I think it's great. I don't know about sandalwood, but I don't necessarily smell sandalwood. But anyway, I love all of this, you guys. If you can find it, it's been discontinued, but if you can find it, let me know. I need to buy more. But also snag it up for yourself. Okay, the next one is definitely not a heavy leaning coconut fragrance, but it's definitely there and it's definitely beautiful. And I think Dolce & Gabbana does a very nice blend when it comes to coconut fragrances, because we've already spoken about one already from that house. That is Dolce & Gabbana's Dolce Garden. And you'd think with a name like Garden, you'd be like, well, it got to be all floral and I don't want it. Because I'm not normally a floral fan myself, but I was like, everyone's raving about it being coconut, but why do they call it garden? So anyway, let's go tackle the main accords. The main accords are coconut, vanilla, floral, sweet, tropical, almond, lactonic, nutty, citrus, and fruity. And yes, all of it actually. This is beautiful. I don't get a lot of longevity out of this one, but I do really enjoy it. I think Dolce & Gabbana, the house of, I think they do a great job with coconut, where coconut isn't necessarily the leaning forward fragrance. What a misleading name. That's all I have to say, like, for the fourth time. But yeah, let's check out the top, mid, and base notes for Dolce & Gabbana's Dolce Garden. Top notes read magnolia, mandarin orange, neroli. Mid notes are coconut, frangipani, and ylang ylang. And base notes are vanilla, absolute, almond milk, and sandalwood. So there's a lot of the base notes that are very, very familiar in a lot of the fragrances with coconut in it, with coconut and floral, I should say. This is just delightful. I only get about 4-hour wear on it, so that's the one thing I will say I wish I got a little bit more of, was a little bit more longevity. But I do love this one, and don't be misguided when it says garden on the bottom, because like, what are they thinking? I don't know. Up next, we have a nice light, bright, fruity, sweet fragrance, and that is Terry Mugler's Iced Star. So they do tend to come out with these little stars every summer. I haven't seen the one or heard of the one that has come out for 2022. So if you have, let me know what that is down below. The nice thing about this one finally is it does stand up on its own. The problem with some of the older ones is they only laid down. It's become a little bit more warm here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And with that warmth, I wanted like real like sweet fruits. And this definitely has it with coconut. So the main accords read sweet, fruity, coconut, tropical, vanilla, lactonic, and patchouli. And like all angel fragrances, they always put patchouli, but I really don't get patchouli in this at all. So I'm not a big fan of like heavy patchouli, so that's why I like these flankers of Angel rather than the original. I know it's really popular, but I'm weird. But this is delightful. There are no top, mid, and base notes, but rather they kind of just give us a few different notes all slapped in together. Notes are pineapple, coconut, vanilla, praline, and patchouli. I just love it, you guys. The pineapple gives this wonderful brightness that I love, and I feel like I've cooled down like 5 degrees when I spray this. Psychosomatic, I 100% know that. But I do, I feel like that by spraying this with the pineapple, it just feels like it's already cooler, like I'm going into air conditioning for a little bit. If you want a reprieve, I would definitely try that. Up next is a house that I do not believe gets enough credit. I own like 6 or 7 of these, not including the travel sizes. I've mentioned them before. I'll also link a video that I did of the entire house review that I have in my collection. That is from Comptoir Sud Pacifique. Now, the 3 fragrances I pulled, most of their fragrances, not all, but most of them do have coconut, especially when it's those summer scents. So I have Cocoa Figue, I have Aloha Tiare, as well as Vanilla Cocoa. And as you guys can probably tell, we've got Cocoa Fig, it's got coconut in it, it's got vanilla, it's got fig, it's kind of sexy. Then we have the Aloha Tiare right over here. Aloha Tiare is definitely a floral leaning fragrance. It's definitely have the tiare flower. But coconut is right in there and I absolutely love it. These last quite a while on me. And then to finish this particular gripping off, we have Vanilla Cocoa, which of course in the name alone has coconut and vanilla and screams summer in the middle of the tropics, sweetness. If you love sweet fragrances, check out the range. I know Sephora does sell Comptoir Sud Pacifique, but I know personally I picked up all my full bottles for like half the price Sephora sells that with fragrancebuy.ca. I do not get sponsored. They do not know who I am, but because I'm always looking for a good deal, that's where I get these from. Last up, we're going to talk about a Canadian Black-owned company, and they're out of Alberta, Canada. And I've actually featured a video listing all the different ones I have. I will also link that above as well. But this one in particular is called Soft Core, and Soft Core has coconut. So really this is a beautiful eau de parfum concentrate perfume. You don't need a lot. The scent notes that they list on their website here are coconut cream, tobacco, peach, and pink grapefruit. What an interesting combination. And I do love this. One of my favorite of all the ones I do have from this particular house. I definitely encourage you to check it out, Lavender, Clouds, and Poetry. Again, this is in Soft Core. I don't have a lot of information because I'm just reading off to you guys what the scent notes are from their website. It's very basic, but then again, it should be. Like perfumes can get really complicated sometimes. I get the tobacco, the coconut, the grapefruit, the peach, everything. I get it all. All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining me. If you do like these types of videos, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely like this video as well. And until next time, as always, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.